What does intergenerational learning mean to you?
Hi, my name is Alexis Contreras. I'm a member of the Confederated Tribes of Ronde, and I'm a research assistant for the National Indian Child Welfare Association. So, intergenerational learning is, to me, it means so much more than just learning on its own. So, when I think of intergenerational learning, I really think that there's so many more teachers. There's so many more ways that you can get those learnings. There's so many more uh, just whether that be day-to-day learnings like how we interact with people and how we carry ourselves to more learnings about around milestones in our lives. It could come across in a story, it could come across with a look, or a touch, and it could be from a child, it could be from an elder. And so I just think that when we think of intergenerational learning, it means so much more, and it can be so broad.
What intergenerational lessons have inspired you during the pandemic?
I have two nieces who had birthdays in April who were so excited and looking forward to their birthday parties, and then because of the pandemic, weren't able to have a birthday party. But what they did have was something very special too. And so getting to see their joy in just like that small celebration with just maybe they're just their immediate family, or their household, and having some cake, having some good food, getting to laugh, getting to just be the center of attention, and how much joy they got in just like um, that day, and how their family got to make it special for them even though they didn't get to have a birthday party, and maybe they were disappointed that they didn't get to have that, but they still found the joy in what they did get to have. And so I think that was an important lesson to me during the pandemic, because it has been such a struggle for so many of us with just trying to adjust to these lives, that we need to kind of be able to look at those moments, those small moments of joy and happiness and laughter, and really embrace those, and get to enjoy them.
What are grandfamilies?
So grandfamilies has been some work that we've been doing with a group of grandfamilies for the last 3 years, and it's a group of families who are raising their relative children, um, and they're using their voices to kind of advocate and educate around culturally appropriate services for Native grandfamilies.
What is the American Indian and Alaska Native Grandfamilies Toolkit?
It was a toolkit that was created for providers who are working with Native grandfamilies, but also has lots of resources in it for grandfamilies as well. You can find that on the NICWA website. It's the toolkit for American Indian and Alaska Native grandfamilies. It looks like this.
What lessons from grandfamilies have inspired you?
We had one grand family member who said that her support system and how she takes care of herself was to really have that connection with her sisters and her brother. So once a week they met, and over the phone, they had a phone call where they just vented some of their challenges. They spent the first few minutes talking about some of the challenges and venting some of the struggles that they had. And then they spent the rest of the time laughing and clowning and telling stories and just having a good time. And so those moments of joy that are so important for our mental health, for our physical health as well. And so just having that self-care time was one of the biggest lessons that I took away from my time with the grandfamilies. I just want to encourage everyone to take care of themselves as well, And if you'd like to learn more about that toolkit that I was mentioning, you can find it on the NICWA website. Thanks.